Chairman, we're ready to go.
Very good, thank you. I've got 6 o'clock sharp. I'd like to call this August 5, 2025 meeting of the Henderson City County Planning Commission to order. I want to welcome everybody and thank you all for coming. We appreciate and need all the help we can get. First off, just a note here, our usual secretary, Heather, unfortunately cannot be with us this evening, but Jessica Brandon, the current city clerk, has agreed to sit in. She's a familiar face to us, and we very much appreciate it. And with that, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
David Dixon.
Here.
Kevin Richard.
Here.
Bobby Jarrett.
Here.
Matt Arnold.
Here.
Exara Worcester.
Here.
Dickie Johnson.
Here.
Gary Gibson.
Here.
Gray Hodge. Casey Denton.
Here.
Kevin Herron.
Here.
Frank Boyette.
Here.
Heather Taves.
Here.
Do we have a quorum?
We do.
I believe we do. Thank you very much. We do have a brief public hearing item. I'll entertain a motion to go into public hearing.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of entering public hearing, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? We are in public hearing. Consider the approval of the minutes for the July 1, 2025 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Thank you. The minutes are approved. Now I'll entertain a motion to leave public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of leaving public hearing, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? We have left public hearing, moving on to the July finance report. Ms. Thompson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of you are the July financials. We're in our first month of the new fiscal year, and we're at 13% of our budget. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions from the commission concerning the July finance report? If we have no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I'll offer a motion that we approve the July financial report as presented.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Finance report has been approved. We have no bond reports this evening, so we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda. The Gigi's Car and Cold Site Plan. Ms. Marks, I think you're going to help us with that.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gigi's Wash and Fold Site Plan submitted by Brad and Priscilla Woosley for the property located in the city of Henderson at 901 North Green Street, being parcel ID number 1-16-2-12. The applicants are requesting site plan approval. If you will look on the screen there, the previous screen, the map, you'll see that that's the corner of 9th and Green there. It is currently zoned general business, which is the correct zone for a use like this. The applicant is, the applicant is requesting approval for a new 1,500 square foot building. You'll see in the middle there. They will be keeping the existing garage, which is, I don't have the pointer like usual. They'll be keeping the existing garage for accessory use. This will be a new laundromat facility with 10 washer and dryer units. Bonding for this project will be required. You do have those numbers in front of you, but I will also read them into the record. There will be demolition bonding in the amount of $28,500. Bonding for sidewalks, curbs, and driveways in the amount of $16,500. Bonding for backfill and restoration in the amount of $7,000 for a total bond amount of $52,000. I believe the applicant as well as their representative is here if you guys have further questions, but this site plan has received all the necessary approvals from technical advisors to move forward.
The existing structure will be removed?
Yes. Yes, so the kind of where the address point is right there, that will be demoed. The garage to the north there, that will remain, and they will be building that new 1,500.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission for staff regarding this project? Does the commission have any questions for the applicant or their representative? Anyone else have any questions regarding this project?
I would like to explain a few things, if it is possible.
Yes.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry,
You
sir.
have to come to the podium, please.
This is set up, Henderson's got a rule of one
Excuse me.
washer and one parking spot.
Excuse
So
me,
10
Mr.
washing
Woosley.
machines.
Time out, time
Mr.
out.
Woosley?
Okay. I need your name
Oh, Brad Woosley,
and your address,
1661 Bruce Street.
and do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and
Yes.
nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Very good.
Henderson's got a rule, one washer to one parking spot, so that leaves 10. The other place here at Henderson, right over here on Washington Street, they have 28 washers, and they have 12 parking spots shared with the convenience store. So I'm already at the very bottom. I mean, I'll go broke in 6 months with 10 washers and dryers. I mean, I wanted 18, and Brad Staton said work on it, and I haven't heard anything else from it.
Mr. Chairman, if I can add, the one on Washington has been in existence for a really long time, and so that is why that number doesn't correlate to what our current regulations are. It's my understanding that the city would like to review their zoning ordinance and the regs for parking and specific things like that, but as you all know, that's not a quick process. So we are looking into start doing stuff like that, but at this time, that is the regulation.
The place out on 41, the day that we walked out of the first meeting, it had 4 parking spots. They had 21 washers. 3 days later, after a year being open, they put in 21 parking spots.
If you have a question on that, that would be a codes
We
question.
have
I believe
another,
Mr.
we
Davis
have
is
another
here.
business here at Henderson. She uses the sidewalk to back out into, she's got the sidewalks right for her parking spots. And you got me down to 10 parking spots. This is kind of hilarious parking. Somebody's gonna park in the back and walk 100 feet to carrying their laundry. This is not feasible, is what I'm saying. I need some help.
So you'd like to withdraw this site plan?
I'm gonna have to, because it's not feasible.
Well, you're, Counselor, you can correct me, but if it's his volition to withdraw the plan, we can do that. Now, what happens next, you have no guarantee.
Okay, well, the adjacent property, he said, he kind of needs it for storage anyway, he said, so I'm thinking about selling it to him.
Okay, this is just now coming to our attention?
Yes.
So, you're going to officially withdraw the site
Well,
plan?
unless we can change the parking regulations, yes.
Well,
I'll be probably broke in 6 months. This will, when I started out, I was looking at about $500,000. Then all of a sudden, we changed the entrances, we changed the, we got planting all the grass. We done everything. You've added $50,000 to me before I even start building.
Mr. Chairman, as you're aware, sites, the existing business that was here prior had been there a long time. When sites get redeveloped, they do have to come into compliance with our current regulations. And so a lot of that, for example, the demolition bonding is the removal of concrete that's currently in the right-of-way and things like that. So we are trying to bring this site into compliance, of course, when you redevelop. And also, for bonding purposes, you can also do the work, right? It really would depend on that. But those numbers are there because the site does have to come into compliance when it's a change in use, which is what you're doing here.
But is that changing the driveway, the entrances, and everything else?
It does have to come
That's where the
into,
big price of it is.
yeah, it has to come into compliance with.
And I'm putting a sidewalk in that's never existed since 1947, I think, when, I don't know, I think Bruce Woodley started up there.
That is in our regs. This was all approved prior to the site plan that was submitted and is on there by City Engineer Doug Boo. So he is the one that did review this and did sign off on the most recent submittal that we received on this.
Okay, yes, I'm withdrawing. It's not feasible that it can support itself.
well, that is your decision, sir.
Thank you.
Counselor, is that all we need from him? Okay. Okay, the next item, the Henderson Veterinary Medical Center site plan. Ms. Mark?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Henderson Veterinary Medical Center site plan submitted by Ethan Wilburn for the property located in Henderson County at 3143 US Highway 41 North, being parcel ID number 64D-16. The applicants are requesting site plan approval. Thank you. In your packets, if you will look on page 10, that's where this site plan starts. You will see on page 12, we're on the screen in just a minute. This is zoned highway commercial. this is where the existing Henderson Veterinary Medical Center is. They are proposing to build a new 5,631 square foot building. They will be keeping the existing vet office for an accessory use to the new one. It is in the flood zone in this area. Everyone knows that, but they are working with Brian and as well as their engineers to get all necessary approvals on that. They have worked through all the technical advisors' comments, and we have received everything to move forward with approval of this site plan. The applicant and their agent are here if you want to ask them further questions as well.
Okay, thank you. Does the commission have any questions for staff regarding this project? Would the commission like to hear from the applicant or their representative?
I would, yes.
Commissioner, please. Name,
Jim,
sir?
Jim Worley Jr., project engineer.
Address?
4800 Rosebud Lane, Newburgh, Indiana, and I do promise to tell the truth.
Very good.
So this is the veterinary hospital, kind of sits right behind the lamp shop right there on 41 as you're coming into town. And so business is good, and so they need to expand. And so this is just adding a new facility, new parking that goes with it, and has a little small detention basin on the backside of it. The existing clinic is just going to be used as an accessory to the main building now.
How close is that to the flood zone down there?
Do you have that on there, Brian? It's only the back portion, and so that area's been filled up to make sure we're okay.
Where the detention pond's going to be.
The detention pond, so they're going to scroll it right for you right here. I think two more. Go back. So on your screen there, the blue is it's a dry detention basin, and you can see the kind of where Brian's cursor is there is where the floodplain comes through there. And so that building has to be raised up. There's a base flood elevation there, so they raise that building up to make sure it's high and dry in case there's ever a flood or something like that.
Mr. Gibson, can I elaborate on that?
Yes.
So the city and county's ordinance both require 1 foot of what's called freeboard. Sorry, litter skippers on the brain. So basically that means that they have to have 1 foot of elevation from the base flood elevation to the finished floor elevation. So they will have 1 foot to play with if there is a flood that matches the 100-year flood event.
Any other questions for this gentleman?
Well, Brian, you may have said it, but I was going to, so this development is the 1 foot freeboard, or is it actually developed to exceed that?
We actually exceed it. We use 2 feet instead of the 1 foot. Actually, 2.1 is what we use instead of 1.
Other questions? Anything else you'd like to share with us, sir?
No, just if I can answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else here like to speak, to have a question about this perhaps? Commission have anything else they'd like to add? If there are no further questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion in regard to the Henderson Veterinary Medical Center site plan as presented. And, yeah.
And just clarify, there's no substitutes or bonding?
No.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a motion to approve the site plan provided by Henderson Veterinary Medical Center site plan submitted by Ethan Wilborn, properly located at Henderson County, 3143 US 41 North, EID number 64D-16.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from any party? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
David Dixon. Craig Archer.
Yes.
Bobby Jarrett.
Yes.
Matt Arnold.
Yes.
Exeter Worcester.
Yes.
Dickie Johnson.
Yes.
Gary Gibson.
Yes.
Stacy Denton.
Yes.
Kevin Herron.
Yes.
Frank Boria.
Yes.
Heather Chase.
Very good. The motion passes. The next item here is the approval of the floodplain 101 training session that we conducted with the help of the gentleman from the Kentucky Department of Water back in June. would count toward our continuing education. Anything else, Mr. Bishop, that we need to do here? This was very good training, well-timed, both for our own experience this spring here in Henderson, Kentucky, and it was just days after the terrible tragedy in Texas. And he really hit on a lot of this stuff, plus what we just discussed.
And Alex Van Pelt is the gentleman that made the presentation. He does an excellent job. He actually gives a lot of the presentations that we go to get continuing education. But, Mr. Chairman, I believe what the planning commission does is to vote to approve it, and then we can count that towards continuing education requirements from that point forward.
Okay?
Don't you have to put the hours in your motion?
It'd probably be safe, which the number of hours was 2.
Is the date correct here? Was it June or July?
It would have been July.
July.
Let's correct that as well. Thank you, Commissioner. So, any other questions or discussion concerning this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve this training to count for 2 hours of continuing education.
Move. Officially take action to approve the floodplain 101 training. It was held on, I guess, July the 9th, 2025, 2 hours. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving this this training as continuing education, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Very good. That motion passes. Moving on. Next item is the evaluation of the executive director. Thanks to everybody who on the commission participated in that evaluation. The average overall score of the executive director was 95.2. This qualifies the executive director for a merit pay increase of 2%. Is that correct? Anybody have anything they'd like to add?
Job well done.
Thank you. Congratulations. I would agree. So I guess we need a motion to approve the merit increase of 2%.
Make a motion to do that, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Secretary, let's call the roll.
Kevin Richards.
Yes.
Bobby Jarrett.
Yes.
Mac Arnold.
Yes.
Dexter Royster.
Yes.
Dickie Johnson.
Yes.
Gary Gibson.
Yes.
J.C. Denton.
Yes.
Kevin Herron.
Yes.
Frank Boyette.
Yes.
Heather Tate.
Okay, very good. Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is described as other business. See if anybody has any other business they'd like to bring forward. Before we jump right into it, I assume there are some folks here who have other business they'd like to bring forward? Okay, I'm not seeing any indication, but I have some. Bring everybody up to date. Everybody, I would assume most of you are aware that fiscal court has passed a resolution concerning future treatment and discussion concerning wind power in our county. They have given the planning commission several duties. The first one being to hold a public hearing and make a recommendation back to them concerning the recently passed moratorium. So we're going to be talking about things like the definitions that are involved, the length of the moratorium, how to actually put it in place. The zoning ordinance needs to be amended, correct? So we will be making a recommendation based on what we hear in the public hearing back to fiscal court on how to proceed with that if they should wish to. That public hearing is scheduled. We expect it to take place at our next meeting on September 2nd. Okay, so I want everybody to be aware of that. Outside in the lobby, I think there were copies of the resolution.
Mr. Chairman, they're in the chair directly next to the door, right under the clock.
Very good. If you don't have one and you're interested in this issue, I would recommend picking it up and having a read. It's going to be kind of going to guide us in the in the months to come.
Sure, can I add to that, please?
Yes.
If the folks in the crowd would like to, they can email myself or Jennifer, and we can send you that in a PDF format, so you'll have a digital copy of it.
Okay. We also, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering whether a year is enough time.
That would be something we would discuss September 2.
Well, I think we ought to discuss it.
I think most of us would agree. Okay. We also have available, for those who are interested, somebody want to explain what this little doohickey is?
So, well, Jennifer made it, I'll let Jennifer do it.
No, it's just I'll let him talk you through the notification part actually when you get there, but if you scan that QR code there, it will take you right to the county's website where you can actually be notified of lots of other things that I just learned about myself. But to get like our agendas that are posted, once we post them, so that way you can kind of see what's coming up on a planning commission agenda. I also put the link on there if a QR code doesn't work for you, but just so if you don't know, a quick little, you just get on your phone and open the camera, scan that code there, the little square box, it'll take you straight to the website. I do think it requires an email address to be able to log in, and he's going to walk you through the process of actually getting those so that you're prepared with kind of the events happening with lots of different county things, not just planning commission. You can sign up for fiscal court and things like that as well.
Mr. Chairman, is it okay to move forward?
Any questions so far from the commission about what? Okay. Yes, Mr. Bishop, please help us.
So, as Jennifer mentioned, we piggyback the county's website. So the easiest way to get to our portion of it is just type in hendersonplanning.org. That's going to take you to this page. This is what it's going to look like. You have links to regulations, forms, like site plans and things that we deal with, like we dealt with earlier. These are links to that. Feel free to browse around, but I think most people will be interested in this. If you go to the About Us tab and then let it drop down, go to Agendas and Minutes. So click that. And then this is what you're going to get. So if you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, it has tools. The one that you're going to be interested in is Notify Me. So, and like Jennifer said, you would have to sign in and create an account. So you can log in with your email or your cell number. And then after you hit Notify Me, you just click it. And then it's going to take you, and as Jennifer said, there's lots of things on there that you can get notifications for. So if the county submits any kind of, or releases any kind of bids for rock, asphalt, things of that nature, you can get all that notification there. What you're probably going to be most interested in is this portion right here. It says Agenda Center. So you can sign up for fiscal court agendas, the Land Development Committee meeting, which is the technical review of site plans and things that like we did tonight. There's a technical review that is public for everyone to see as well. And then this is the one that most people will be interested in. This is the Planning Commission agenda. So we publish that at worst case scenario a week before the meeting, but we try to do it in between a week and a half to 2 weeks before. So as soon as we publish that, it will be text or email to you. Do you guys have any questions about the process or anything? Is it pretty straightforward? Is there anything you want us to elaborate on?
Can you think of somebody we can make it better? If you should, don't hesitate to call the planning office. Do you have any questions on anything else? If this how it works, don't hesitate to call. The commission have any other questions on this matter? Okay. Staff, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
Thank you for your efforts in this regard. Anybody else have any other business they want to bring forward this evening? Yeah, start.
Yeah, this, I guess, relates to the, Kyle Gerking with Tanaska, related to the wind ordinance on the other.
Address.
6212 144th Street, Weeping Water, Nebraska, 68.
Tell the truth, whole truth, and not the truth.
I do. This is related to the wind ordinance discussion. I have a statement here I'd like to read into the record, and then I can provide you guys copies of it as well. Planning Commission members and staff, good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Kyle Gerking, and I am Vice President of Engineering with Tanaska, based in Omaha, Nebraska. our team is supporting Cordelio Power in its development of the Rock Bluff Energy Park here in Henderson County. I'm pleased that your fact-finding and ordinance drafting process has been initiated. We look forward to engaging with you and the public in the development of appropriate regulations that will strike a balance between protecting the rights of landowners that wish to host renewable energy facilities on their property and ensuring the safety of those around them. We are pursuing the development of a renewable energy facility in Henderson County that could ultimately include wind, solar, and battery energy storage. Initial efforts began in 2021, and the first lease was executed in 2022 with Penn Virginia Operating Company. While the Penn Virginia Operating Company's land is the anchor land position for this project, numerous private landowners have entered into voluntary leases as well. Negotiations continue with additional prospective property owners, so the proposed facility's footprint is still undetermined. Our companies were drawn to Henderson County by several favorable attributes, including a history of its business-friendly environment, landowners interested in participating in a project, access to existing transmission infrastructure, compatible terrain and land use, and a local demand for electricity. These attributes, along with the evolution of wind turbine technology, make Henderson County a suitable location for a wind facility. With the right regulations, the development of wind energy facilities can bring significant benefits to community in the form of payments to host landowners, tax revenues, community improvements, job opportunities, and the broader economic impact associated with the construction and operation activities. Wind facilities have a small impact on a property owner's ability to maintain existing land use, as each wind turbine and its access road remove less than 1 acre from production, while providing supplemental income and revenue diversification. The project is differentiated from other renewable energy facilities within the county, as it would center around the redevelopment of reclaimed surface mines. This is consistent with Henderson County's goal of protecting agriculture. It also aligns with the greater energy goals and objectives of the Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet. Over the last few years, representatives from our companies have met with various stakeholders within the county, including the Judge Executive Brad Schneider, members of the Fiscal Court, Planning Commission Executive Director Brian Bishop, Assistant Director Jennifer Marks, and other staff. We have also presented to several local organizations, including the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, the Local Farm Bureau, and Henderson County Economic Development. The objective of these meetings has been to provide information about our companies, educate stakeholders on the development process for wind projects, and address any questions or concerns. In February of 2023, we opened a local office in downtown Henderson at 201 North Main Street in the former Field & Main Bank Building. We wanted to make ourselves available to any community members interested in learning more about our project. We've also welcomed the opportunity to participate and make donations to various community causes. Without an ordinance in place in Henderson County, it is premature for us to propose location of any of these project facilities. We recognize that the desire to have a map showing potential turbine sites, but we need to know the rules before we can provide that. The development of Rock Bluff Energy Park is at a point where those regulations are necessary. Site-specific studies must be performed to address various aspects of the project, including, but not limited to, assessments on impacts to wildlife, wetlands and waterways, and the geotechnical suitability of the area to support wind turbines. These layout-specific studies can only be conducted when we know the area that can be developed. I recognize that the wind industry is new to Henderson County and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the drafting an ordinance is complicated. It needs to address the technical aspects of the facilities and provide a clear path for reviews consistent with existing laws and ordinances. However, the wind industry has been operating safely in the U.S. for many decades, and I'm confident it can be done here too. Our team has consistently expressed a willingness to work with county officials to develop an ordinance that would regulate the industry while protecting the interest of all property owners within the county. We have provided county officials with example ordinances from other jurisdictions where facilities were successfully developed, constructed, and operated, and have provided binders of information about potential impacts from such facilities. Cordelio Power engaged attorney Gregory Dutton with the Frost Brown Todd law firm based in Louisville to prepare a draft ordinance consistent with Henderson County's zoning ordinances and Kentucky revised statutes. The draft ordinance includes the topics which wind ordinances typically address and provides setback and other regulations seen in other jurisdictions where projects have been successfully deployed. The proposed regulations are largely based on Illinois' state siting standards for renewables. The draft ordinance is consistent with procedures established in other local ordinances, including those for battery energy storage systems, solar energy systems, and cell phone towers. I respectfully ask that you consider this draft ordinance as you work to develop regulations for Henderson County. Thank you for your attention. We look forward to working with you throughout this process, and I hope that you'll use this draft as a reasonable basis for the regulations of wind energy facilities in Henderson County. Our team will make ourselves available throughout the course of your fact-finding and ordinance development process to address any of your questions. We're also planning a public open house to provide the opportunity for individuals to get information and their questions answered directly by members of the project team. Details of that event will be provided soon. Thank you. And I'll give you a copy of that statement as well as the draft ordinance that was prepared.
Thank you. Does the commission have any questions for the gentleman? Counselor, we are not in public hearing. How should the commission treat this testimony? Does it, when we get to public hearing, are we going to hear it again, I assume?
That's his choice, but I have a comment after you finish.
Okay, I'm finished, I think, for the moment.
I fear that what you did tonight is going to be confusing to the public. You're more than welcome to speak. The chairman asked for anyone for the good of the county. The reason it may be confusing is next month, the public hearing is going to be limited to only that proposed ordinance that the county proposed to introduce some definitions and a moratorium for us to then go forward, have a public hearing for input into what is going to be in that ordinance. So, what you've said, you're talking about what's going to be in the ordinance. That's not going to be on the agenda next month.
The only thing we're going to talk about is the resolution that fiscal court passed.
The moratorium.
Well, that's accurate, but what that resolution is, they initiated an ordinance, sent it to us to have a public hearing, and for us, the planning commission, to make recommendations back to fiscal court on just only on those proposed definitions and the moratorium.
On what we've got in front of us right
What you
now.
have in front of you. The
Okay.
next step is going to be what you're addressing.
I would refer the commission, excuse me, Council, sorry. I would refer the commission and anyone else to paragraphs 2 and 3 of the resolution that pretty specifically lay the task out in front of us. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Good, didn't interrupt. My comments only that I hope your comments don't cause people to come to next month's meeting, a public hearing, wanting to talk about what's going to be in the ordinance itself, what's going to be in the regulation regarding wind power. Because that's not going to be on the agenda. Chairman may let people speak, but it's going to be irrelevant to the task. And the task is to make comments on that very limited resolution. The next step is going to be exactly what you're addressing.
Okay, no, I appreciate that clarification.
Okay, thank you, Councilor.
Chairman, I think because what he said a while ago should not be on record tonight because we are out of section right now. So what he has said should not be on our record.
I think it will be on the record.
It'll be on the record, it just won't be testimony that's considered when you're drafting the ordinance unless he presents it again. But it's still on the record. People can look at what happened at this meeting and see it, but it's not to be considered. That make sense? I understand.
Maybe don't, no.
Well,
But, no. We hadn't got that far, we should not
we
be,
haven't gotten that far.
hearing that now, because we hadn't got that far.
That's accurate. But I think it would be
Yeah.
improper to strike it from the transcript of this meeting because he was allowed to speak.
Yeah.
It's going to be here, but it's
Just not considered.
not considered, it's really irrelevant till we get to that point. There's no harm done, other than I hope it doesn't cause people to come and comment on what you said, because that's not what's going to be on the agenda next month.
If an error was made, it's mine.
No,
No.
it's okay
I'm
to,
about to make it again because I'm asking if anybody else wants to speak. Okay, anything else, sir? We don't want to cut you off. Anything else?
So real quick though, time to go, people are allowed to speak, but we can't use any of this as testimony to make any decisions or actions, correct?
correct. If you're going to talk about William,
I am, but I'm only going to refer to his letter, that's it.
please, there's going to be a time and place for that, and the planning commission very much wants to hear it.
Well, I understand that, sir, but what he just said is fresh in their minds, and what I have to say totally contradicts what he just said.
And that's what the public hearing's going to be.
So is he going to get up and say this exact same thing?
We don't know what he's going to say.
So then if I get up and say what I want, what I want to say right now,
It's up to the chair.
sir, may I address?
We're gonna balance this out.
Okay, thank you. So my name,
Wait a minute, before we get too much further, any other people out there wanting to balance it out? Okay, we'll just see what happens.
okay, that's fine. So
Your name, please?
my name is Shannon Hill. I live at 16751 Bluff City Road.
And do you want to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, sir.
Okay, please proceed.
And I do live within a half mile of the reclaimed coal mine land with a deteriorating foundation of my home, which will cost over $40,000 to fix. So this is a very important subject to me. Unfortunately, what Mr. Gerking just read sounds great on paper, and I just jotted this down just as he was saying it because what he was saying, it was not all correct. Tenaska, Cordelio, Rock Bluff has not been transparent with the citizens or Henderson from the beginning. They have been nothing but non-transparent. Through open records, I have evidence of low-key office openings that was provided by Mr. Austin, basically saying they didn't want people there. So if the doors were open for anyone to come, why was it advertised as a low-key office opening? The office is only open a couple hours a week, which is really not conducive to most people's working person's schedule. In all of the open records back to 22, I have found PowerPoints, presentations, newsletters, meetings, dinners, all with everyone except the community. So if they wanted to be transparent with the community, why haven't they had any involvement with the community? They had landowner meetings. They did not have any correspondence with the community. The Penn, Virginia land that they're talking about is really foreign-owned land. I didn't know that. It's Canadian-owned, if anyone didn't realize that. Only recently has Rock Bluff updated their website with trying to do damage control. A month ago, I screenshot every page of Rock Bluff's Facebook, or their website. What is on there today, which was after the fiscal court meeting, that's when they started updating their page and doing damage control, and now trying to do community information or community sessions. That's why the community is so fired up or worried about their community. They don't want to happen to Henderson County with what happened with Roberts. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Do we have any,
Do you have any comments or reservations?
does the commission have any kind of question or reaction?
Do you mind if I
Proceed.
do you understand that next month's meeting is not going to address what
Yes, sir.
his comments?
Just the
or-
resolution, yes, just
or
the
your-
resolution. This was only for my benefit,
Okay.
basically to him and to the over 200 people that are watching, to know that their voice is being heard. That's the only reason why. Yes, sir.
But there will come a time.
Yes.
When the
And they will,
second public hearing is going to
I think that was part of it, is we weren't, at the last fiscal court meeting, we weren't really told the actual process of what would happen. And it's not been publicized anywhere, like the actual steps. So,
That's our job. That's not fiscal court's job.
Right.
That's the planning commission's job.
right,
To inform you about those steps.
right. So that's why we're here tonight to ask, like, so what is the, yeah, so what is, so like, what is the next steps?
Just so everybody knows, this was not on the Plan Commission's agenda tonight because it was submitted to us by the fiscal court after our
After,
deadline.
right.
So we did not want to jump through hoops or anything that looked like it was
Right.
being rushed. So that's why it's at our September meeting. A brief description of the process is what we do in September, which is going to be on the resolution like you talked about. From there, there will be a public hearing, workshop where we gather all the information like everyone is talking about. My assumption is that the staff will be directed to go write an ordinance based on all the information that's presented at that meeting.
So that's not at a planning commission meeting, that would be a separate meeting altogether, and the public is invited to come?
It could be at a plan commission meeting, or we could hold a special call, so that way that's the only thing on the agenda. The plan commission has historically done that, like, for example, when we had the 41 North study, because that's a big concern for us, is with I-69,
Right.
41 North going with it, right? So, but we did all that separate from the regular plan commission meeting. That is the prerogative of the plan commission, but historically, that's been done. But even if it is a special call meeting, the notifications that we showed you still go out. There will still be public notice. And I think this is probably a good time to elaborate on, the requirement for notification is pretty lax on state law. We're required to notify in the paper with the most amount of circulation. That is still the gleaner. So that is why you're seeing a push for us to make sure that this is out for everyone to see. And I discussed it with the executive committee. We will be doing what's required through the gleaner. We're going to push this as much as possible. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to start advertising with the Hendersonian. So that way, we're trying to cover all of our bases because we want to make sure everybody's heard during this process.
And I actually signed it before everyone started, like, with the queue. I mean, I happened just to find it by accident, and I'm like, why didn't I know that sooner? Because it's amazing, and I got my first text messages about the meeting and, the agenda.
I neglected to mention, the third meeting is once the ordinance is written, it comes back to the plan commission for a public hearing for more public input. So there's going to be 3 meetings at a minimum that the public will be able to speak to.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you.
Good. And first of all, refer once again, to read the resolution. That resolution is not just about one meeting. It's not just about a moratorium. That paragraph 2 and 3 lays out the steps ahead, and it may take us a while. Okay?
It's going to be very comprehensive.
Yeah, I really want to try to simplify this by just, let's go step by step. If we try to bite this off and swallow it in one big gulp, I'm not sure we can do it. So that's why staff has reached out with these other ways to keep involved. If there are questions about how you can stay involved or notified, call. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Mr. Chairman, I know we got the planning commission's next meeting is on 9/2, and I've got a conflict, I won't be here, so I want everybody to know that.
But we understand that, things happen. Anybody else have anything on this topic or maybe something else? Commission have anything to bring forward for the good of the cause? I appreciate everybody's patience and understanding and positive and constructive contributions. That being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of adjournment, say yes.
Yes.
Who would not like to adjourn? I think we'll adjourn for this time.